Our journey continues here in Jerusalem with a search for the Ark of the Covenant.
The Ark of the Covenant is a centuries-old mystery thought to be in Jerusalem. This ancient artifact has not been discovered for ages, but in the past few years, many have believed it has finally been found. Why does everyone believe this? And could it really be true that the Ark has been uncovered? Join us as we explore why everyone thinks the Ark of the Covenant has been found. The Ark of the Covenant, an ancient biblical artifact, has been a subject of fascination for centuries. According to tradition, it's a gold-covered wooden chest containing the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments. It is central to Jewish and Christian law and symbolizes God's covenant with the Israelites. People have been searching for the Ark due to its religious significance and the mysteries surrounding its final resting place. Recently, this relentless quest is thought to have ended, but why does everyone believe that the Ark of the Covenant has finally been found? The Ark of the Covenant, as described in the Bible, was a sacred chest built at the command of God, specifically given to Moses on Mount Sinai. Crafted from acacia wood and overlaid with gold, the Ark was a physical manifestation of God's covenant with the Israelites. It measured approximately 3.9 feet by 2.3 feet and was designed to house the stone tablets of the law, a golden pot of manna, and Aaron's rod. The lid, known as the mercy seat, was made of solid gold and decorated with 2 cherubim. This ark symbolizes God's presence, guidance, and covenantal relationship with his people. The priests carried it, using poles inserted into rings at its corners, highlighting the sacredness and untouchability of the Ark. The Ark of the Covenant's construction was an act of divine instruction and a significant event in the Israelites' journey. Described in detail in the Book of Exodus, the Ark represented a connection between God and his chosen people. It was carried at the forefront during Israel's wanderings in the desert and played a critical role in crossing the Jordan River into the Promised Land. The Ark was a uniting point for the Israelites during battles, believed to grant them divine favor. Furthermore, the Ark's presence in the tabernacle and later in the inner sanctuary of Solomon's temple in Jerusalem signified the holiness of those spaces. According to biblical accounts, the Ark's sanctity was so intense that touching or even looking at it was forbidden. The stories of Uzzah and the men of Beth Shemesh show what happens when someone breaks this rule. The story of Uzzah, as recounted in the second book of Samuel in the Bible, tells of a man who was struck dead by God for touching the Ark of the Covenant. This occurred as the Ark was being transported on a cart, and when the oxen stumbled, Uzzah reached out to steady the Ark. This was an act that was forbidden as the Ark was considered sacred and not to be touched by anyone except designated priests. Similarly, the men of Beth Shemesh faced dire consequences for looking inside the Ark, as described in the first book of Samuel. After the Ark was returned by the Philistines, who had captured it in battle, it came to Beth Shemesh. Curious, the men of this town looked inside the Ark, and as a result, a large number of them were struck down by God. These stories emphasize the holiness of the Ark and the importance of obeying God's laws regarding its handling. Throughout history, the Ark played a central role in various significant events. After leading the Israelites into the Promised Land, it was kept in places like Shiloh and later in Jerusalem under King Solomon's reign, in the temple's Holy of Holies. However, its fate became uncertain with the Babylonian conquest and the destruction of Solomon's temple around 586 BC. The Bible doesn't explicitly state what happened to the Ark after this, leaving its fate a matter of speculation and legend. It disappeared from the historical record, sparking centuries of intrigue and mystery. The mystery of the Ark of the Covenant and its historical and religious significance continue to fuel the search and fascination surrounding it. The question that arises from all this historical and theological context is whether this sacred artifact, lost to history, has been found in our times. Combined with some recent shocking revelations about its possible location, many believe it has finally been found. Ron Wyatt, an American nurse anesthetist and self-taught archaeologist, claimed that the Ark of the Covenant was part of a series of discoveries he asserted to have made throughout his life. He claimed to have found the Ark in a cave system he accessed through an excavation beneath a crucifixion site outside the walls of Old Jerusalem. According to Wyatt, this location perfectly aligned with the biblical description of Golgotha, the place of Jesus' crucifixion. He further stated that during the crucifixion, an earthquake caused a fissure to open, extending from the crucifixion site to the hidden chamber of the Ark. This allowed Jesus' blood to fall upon the Ark's mercy seat. Wyatt described finding several artifacts in this chamber, including a golden censer, a sword believed to be of Roman origin, and an ephod, which he linked to the high priest of the temple. He also claimed to have found ancient stone boxes, which he suggested might have been used to store the remains of crucified individuals, possibly including Christ. Wyatt's theory extended to say that the bloodstains found on the mercy seat contained a unique chromosome count, suggesting a miraculous origin. This aligns with Christian beliefs about Jesus. Another theory takes us to Ethiopia with the legend of Menelik I. According to Ethiopian tradition, Menelik Amen, believed to be the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, brought the Ark to Ethiopia. It's said to be kept in the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Axum, guarded by a select group of monks who vow never to leave the chapel's compound. This legend is central to Ethiopian culture and religion, and each Ethiopian Orthodox church houses a replica of the Ark, known as a tabot. European legends offer a different twist to the Ark's journey. One such tale suggests that during the Crusades, the Ark was taken to Europe, with some stories proposing its presence in Ireland or France. These stories often involve complex tales of knights and secret orders guarding the sacred relic. While the Ark of the Covenant is most commonly associated with locations in Israel and Ethiopia, there have been several other claims and theories suggesting that it could have been found in places like Turkey and Egypt. These claims, though not widely accepted or backed by mainstream archaeological evidence, add interesting dimensions to the ongoing mystery of the Ark's whereabouts. One such claim involves Mount Tenderek in eastern Turkey. A theory suggests that the Ark could have been hidden here, rather than the traditional Mount Ararat, following the Babylonian invasion. This theory is primarily based on local legends and interpretations of biblical texts that hint at a more easterly location for the Ark's final resting place. Mount Tenderek, being a less explored and more remote location than Ararat, has fueled speculation among those who believe that the Ark's true location has been misidentified over the centuries. The theory surrounding Mount Tenderek in eastern Turkey is further supported by its geographical features. Mount Tenderek, a volcanic mountain, has long been shrouded in local myths and is less frequented by explorers, adding to its mystery. Some proponents of this theory argue that the mountain's rugged terrain and remote location would have made it an ideal place to hide such a valuable and sacred object away from invading forces or prying eyes. Additionally, the region's historical significance being part of the ancient Urartu kingdom. This kingdom interacted with the Israelites, providing a somewhat believable backdrop for this theory. There is also speculation that the Ark could have been moved multiple times over the centuries, making places like Mount Tenderek potential temporary hideouts. This perspective comes from the understanding that the Ark, as a highly revered and sought-after artifact, would likely have been the subject of various attempts to either preserve or capture it by different groups over time. Another intriguing claim comes from Egypt, where some theorists have suggested that the Ark was taken during the numerous stormy periods in ancient Israel's history. The theory says that the Ark could have been hidden in a remote part of Egypt, possibly by a group of Israelites fleeing conflict or persecution. This claim draws some support from the historical interactions and close proximity between ancient Egypt and Israel. However, like many other theories about the Ark, concrete archaeological evidence is lacking, making this more of a speculative narrative. In addition to these locations, there have also been claims about the Ark being hidden in secret tunnels under Jerusalem, spirited away by the Knights Templar during the Crusades, or even hidden in plain sight disguised as an ordinary piece of furniture in a historic building or church. Each of these theories, while lacking solid archaeological backing, contributes to the rich tapestry of stories surrounding the Ark of the Covenant. Various claims and potential discoveries have emerged in recent years, each adding a new chapter to the Ark's mysterious story. Some of these involve sophisticated archaeological techniques like ground-penetrating radar, while others rely on historical texts and local legends. In examining the credibility of popular theories regarding the Ark of the Covenant, particularly those of Ron Wyatt, it's evident that a critical and scientific perspective is necessary. Expert opinions, particularly those from historians and archaeologists, are vital in assessing claims about archaeological finds. Wyatt claimed to have discovered the Ark of the Covenant and other significant biblical artifacts. However, his claims, including the discovery of the Ark beneath a site near Jerusalem, have been widely criticized and not accepted by the professional archaeological and biblical scholarly community. Key issues with Wyatt's claims include the lack of independent verification and the failure to meet archaeological standards. Experts from the Israel Antiquities Authority and the Garden Tomb Association have also refuted his assertions about discovering the Ark. Their critique is based on the lack of substantive evidence and the failure to adhere to established archaeological practices. While theories and claims about the Ark of the Covenant, like those proposed by Wyatt, capture the public imagination, they often lack the rigorous evidence and methodology required by the scientific community. A balanced and critical approach is essential when considering these claims, ensuring that the fascination with such historical artifacts doesn't overshadow the importance of credible scientific inquiry and evidence. Regarding archaeological standards and evidence, credible archaeological research requires rigorous methods, peer-reviewed findings, and, often, interdisciplinary collaboration. The field has evolved significantly with scientific advancements such as stratigraphic analysis, radiocarbon dating, and ground-penetrating radar, which have refined our understanding of historical artifacts and sites. Claims about significant discoveries like the Ark of the Covenant need to be scrutinized with these standards in mind. Furthermore, real archaeological work is often a slow and meticulous process, contrasting with the sensational claims made by some amateur archaeologists. This disciplined approach ensures that new discoveries are accurately understood and placed within the correct historical and cultural context. Tracing the location of the Ark requires a detailed view of history, with many possible theories existing about its story. The Knights Templar, established in the early 12th century, quickly became one of the most powerful and mysterious orders of the Middle Ages. Known for their participation in the Crusades, they collected significant wealth and influence, which has led to various legends about their activities post-Crusades. One such legend involves the Ark of the Covenant. According to some theories, the Templars may have found the Ark during their time in the Holy Land and subsequently hidden it for safekeeping. This theory is fueled by the Templars' sudden rise in wealth and their construction of complex fortifications, which some believe could have been used to hide the Ark. In the late 12th century, the Muslim armies retook Jerusalem, marking a turning point in the Templars' fortunes. With the loss of their stronghold in the Holy Land, the Templars shifted their base to Europe, where they continued to grow in power. However, by the early 14th century, the order fell out of favor, resulting in the mass arrest of Templars in 1307. The dissolution of the order by Pope Clement V in 1312 led to widespread speculation about the fate of their treasures, including the Ark of the Covenant. Some believe that the Templars may have transported the Ark to a secret location, possibly in Europe. Modern-day searches for the Ark continue to captivate the imagination of explorers, historians, and archaeologists. These searches range from scholarly expeditions based on historical and biblical texts to more speculative theories influenced by local legends and myths. One of the most intriguing locations in recent searches is Oak Island, known for its legendary Money Pit. The discovery of Templar symbols and artifacts on the island has led some to speculate that it might be the final resting place of the Templar treasure, possibly including the Ark of the Covenant. This theory is encouraged by the island's mysterious features and the long history of treasure hunting associated with it. The interest in Oak Island and its potential connection to the Ark of the Covenant is further fueled by the complex engineering of the money pit and its surrounding structures. The sophistication of these constructions, which have baffled treasure hunters for centuries, suggests the work of a highly organized and capable group, leading some to connect this to the Knights Templars' reputed engineering prowess. Additionally, the island's location off the coast of Nova Scotia places it along historic maritime routes, adding to its plausibility as a secret repository for artifacts like the Ark. The intrigue surrounding Oak Island is not limited to the Templar theory alone. Other theories suggest the pit could contain pirate treasure, ancient manuscripts, or even relics from pre-Columbian visits to the Americas. These various hypotheses have prompted numerous expeditions, some equipped with the latest technology in sonar and ground-penetrating radar, to unlock the island's secrets. Despite these efforts, the true nature of what lies within Oak Island's money pit remains a mystery. The numerous challenges faced by treasure hunters, including flooding tunnels and collapsing excavation sites, have added to the legend, making it a focal point for those fascinated by historical mysteries. While the connection between the Ark of the Covenant and Oak Island is still speculative, the ongoing interest and exploration efforts continue to keep this theory alive in popular imagination. One of the more unconventional theories about the Ark of the Covenant is its connection to extraterrestrial beings or alien technology. This theory, while not widely accepted in mainstream archaeology or theology, has gained a following among certain groups interested in ancient astronaut theories and UFO phenomena. It suggests that the Ark's descriptions and capabilities, as outlined in biblical texts, may be indicative of advanced technology, possibly of alien origin. Believers of this theory point to the detailed construction of the Ark, as described in the Bible. The Ark was crafted with precise dimensions and materials which seem rather advanced for the time period. Its construction and the specific instructions given for its handling could, according to this theory, be indicative of a technologically advanced object not fully understood by the people of that time. Further, the capabilities attributed to the Ark, such as causing the walls of Jericho to fall, striking down enemies, and producing deadly outcomes for those who mishandled it, are sometimes interpreted as evidence of an advanced technological device. The Ark's power, as described in these accounts, appears to go beyond mere symbolism and enters the world of high technology, leading some to speculate about its extraterrestrial origin. The theory also goes into the idea that the Ark could have been a communication device between humans and extraterrestrial beings, or a source of energy harnessed by an advanced civilization. Its disappearance adds to the mystery, with some suggesting that it was either taken back by its alien creators or hidden away because humanity was not ready to understand or properly use its technology. Critics of this theory argue that it takes a very liberal interpretation of religious texts and historical accounts. It also often ignores the cultural, symbolic, and religious context in favor of a more sensationalist explanation. Mainstream archaeologists and theologians generally view the Ark as a religious artifact, significant within the context of Jewish and Christian traditions rather than a piece of alien technology. Why exactly does the Ark hold such significance for so many people? In Christian theology, the Ark of the Covenant holds symbolic significance. It's often seen as a prefiguration of Christ. The Ark, which contained the Ten Commandments, Aaron's rod, and manna, symbolizes God's presence and his covenant with humanity. In Christianity, Christ is viewed as the fulfillment of the law, represented by the commandments in the Ark, and the ultimate mediator between God and man. The mercy seat on the Ark, where God's presence was believed to reside, parallels Christ's role as the mediator who reconciles humanity with God. In Jewish tradition, the Ark is central to religious rituals and beliefs. It was the most sacred object in the tabernacle. The Ark's presence in the Holy of Holies, the innermost chamber of the tabernacle, signified God's direct presence with the Israelites. The Ark thus represents God's covenant with Israel, His law, and His mercy in forgiving sins. The universal symbolism of the Ark encompasses themes of faith, mystery, and the divine. Across various cultures and religions, the Ark is often seen as a symbol of the divine presence and power. Its mysterious disappearance and the numerous legends surrounding it add to its mysterious attraction. The Ark's story inspires a sense of wonder and fascination, reflecting humanity's ongoing quest for the divine and the eternal mysteries of faith. Although most of these theories remain speculative, there might be possibilities of the Ark being discovered in the future. Advancements in archaeology, particularly in technology, have opened new avenues in the search for the Ark of the Covenant. Ground-penetrating radar, light detection and ranging, and satellite imagery have revolutionized the way archaeologists explore potential sites. Ground-penetrating radar, for instance, allows researchers to scan beneath the Earth's surface without disturbing it, which is crucial when searching for artifacts like the Ark that are rumored to be underground or within structures. Light detection and ranging technology, which uses laser light to map out the surface, has been instrumental in uncovering lost cities and could potentially aid in identifying hidden structures where the Ark might be located. Additionally, satellite imagery can reveal topographical changes over time, offering clues to areas that might warrant closer investigation. However, the potential discovery of the Ark raises several ethical and religious concerns. The Ark is considered sacred in various religious traditions, and any attempt to uncover it must respect these sentiments. Disturbing the Ark, if found, could be seen as a violation of its sanctity. The potential discovery might also challenge historical and archaeological understandings, prompting a re-evaluation of ancient texts and beliefs. Moreover, there's a debate among scholars and religious leaders about the handling of such an artifact. Questions arise over the ownership and custodianship of the Ark. Nations and religious groups may claim rights over it, leading to complex geopolitical negotiations. Should it be displayed for public viewing, or should it remain untouched as a sign of respect for its religious significance? Its treatment might set a precedent for handling other religious artifacts discovered in the future. The decision could have far-reaching implications for interfaith relations, as it involves respecting religious sentiments and balancing historical curiosity and scholarly research. Furthermore, any excavation or exploration in search of the Ark needs to be conducted legally and with respect for the local culture and history. This involves obtaining necessary permits and working closely with local authorities and experts to ensure that all activities are ethical and responsible. Unauthorized searches or excavations can damage historical sites and rob local communities of their heritage. Moreover, such activities might disrupt the area's ecological balance, causing harm to the local flora and fauna. Engaging local communities in the process can help preserve the site's integrity and ensure that their traditions and beliefs are honored. There's also the risk of exploitation, where the search for the Ark is used for commercial gain rather than historical or religious understanding. It's essential to balance the pursuit of knowledge and the respect for the sacredness with the cultural value of the Ark. While modern technology offers exciting possibilities for discovering the Ark of the Covenant, any efforts to locate it must be balanced with religious respect, ethical exploration, and legal compliance considerations. The discovery of such a significant artifact would be an archaeological milestone and a moment of profound cultural and religious importance. Thanks for exploring with us on Beyond Discovery. If you enjoyed these revelations, click now on the next video that pops up on your screen. It's unbelievable.